name is Laura. Today I will talk about Archimedes principle. Okay, definition of Archimedes principle is proposed by Archimedes. Any object fully or partially immersed in a fluid experiences an upward buoyant force equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. The upward force is known as buoyant force or Archimedes force. Concept of buoyant force. Fluid exerts pressure in all directions on the surface of an object. Fluid pressure enters with deeply. Formula for fluid pressure is P equals rho times G times H. Why an upward force occurs? The bottom surface of the object is at a greater depth or higher pressure. Top surface is at a lower depth, lower pressure. The pressure difference produces a net upward force. This force is called buoyant force. Magnitude of Archimedes force. Formula if Fa equals rho times G times V. The larger the submerged volume, the greater the buoyant force. Real-life application you can see in the ship float because buoyant force bigger the ship's weight. Hot-air balloons rise due to lower density of heated air. Fish control deep using swim bladders to change volume. Okay, this is the documentation of experiment 5 by team 5. 1. Objective. To prove the extent of Archimedes force acting on an object immersed in a fluid. To compare Archimedes force with the weight of the displaced. Basic concept. An object submerged in fluid experiences an upward force or buoyant force. The buoyant force is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. It occurs because fluid pressure increases with deeply. Next, the explanation of the experiment setup. 1 is weight measured in air. The object is hung on a spring balance. The object is not in contact with water. The reading shows the true weight of the object in the air. This value becomes the reference for comparison. 2 is the weight measured in water. The object is fully immersed in water. The spring balance shows a lower reading than in air. The decrease in weight occurs because the object experiences an upward buoyant force. The difference between weight in air and weight in water represents the Archimedes force. 3 is measuring displaced water. When the object is submerged, water flows out into a small measuring beaker. This overflowed water in the displaced fluid. The displaced water is weighed to obtain. According to the theory, should be equal to the buoyant force or Fa. Relationship between all measures, buoyant force Fa is V air mean V water. Displaced water weight is equals buoyant force of Fa. In both values are close, the experiment successfully proves Archimedes principle. Now we will talk about tools and material. First is dynamometer, container filled with water, overload can, measuring cylinder, solid object, and weight scale. Experiment procedure. 1. Measure the weight of the object in air using a dynamometer. Fully immerse the object in water. Recording the weight of the object while submerged. Collect the overflow water using an overload can and measuring cylinder. Measure the volume of displaced water. Calculate Archimedes force based on the data. Compare Archimedes force with the weight of the displaced fluid. Now we will talk about calculation. Archimedes principle Fa is a V air minus V water equals 0.55 minus 0.50 equals 0.05 Newton. M equals 10 times 0.001 equals 0.01 kilogram. W is the m times g, where 0.01 times 9.8 equals 0.098 Newton. You can see the table for the another calculation. You can see the triangle 1, 2, 3, and 4, where the massa in air for the first is 0.55, 2 is 1.45, 3 is 0.5, and 4 is 0.5. The last is conclusion. Archimedes' principle proves that object in a fluid experiment and upward beyond force. This force depends on the weight of the fluid displayed by the object. The experiments confirms the principle through measurement of weight in air, weight in water, and displaced water. The results show that the buoyant force is consistent with the theory, demonstrating why object can float, sink, or remain suspended in a fluid. Thank you for your see my video. See you. Bye bye.